Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for February 2022. Many of you know I have a Gemini moon, so I completely relate, and I love my Gemini moon. This is going to be, of course, for Gemini, sun, moon, rising. You can have planets in the sign of Gemini, or you're just intuitively guided. So, whatever brought you, welcome. We are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to use the Chariot of Night for you because I just love it. I just love it. So we're going to go ahead and use this. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill out a spread. So we'll take card by card. And then we'll come back and clarify if need be. I do want to thank you for spending your time with me. I want to thank you for any donations, which really is allowing me to stay ad-free, except, I put an ad at the beginning and an ad at the end, but I really don't want to put ads in your readings. So, thank you for, small, large, doesn't matter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go ahead and begin, Gemini. February. What we want to think about is the Leo full moon. That's going to be about new beginnings. And truth be told, I feel like, oh, that's weird. I feel like that's really when, for this year, it feels like that's when the energy of, like the new year really is really beginning. I don't know what's wrong with the cards. They're just like want to jump. Don't forget you also have your year in review already done. I would definitely take a look at that. And I do those type of readings just to try to help you see the energy that hopefully you can welcome in, and sometimes you can eliminate, not have to go through something. That's why I do them. They're pretty in-depth. They're a little long, but that's what they needed. And definitely check out my playlist because there's a lot of different readings. I do past life readings to help us see where we were, what kind of energy have we carried into this life that maybe wasn't cleared. A lot of times love affairs that, wanted to come together and then, something happens. I think I'm going to do one of those readings today, as a matter of fact. So, anyways, enough talking. Go through the playlist. I have plenty of information to really help you make the best of this year. All right, let's begin. We have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands, okay. Not the best of energy. Also, when you look at this image, it just I don't know, it rings betrayal to me. Like I see something that I didn't want to see. Maybe I saw someone that I cared for with another, and or vice versa. They saw me, with another. So this can be difficult energy, no doubt. But this is about where am I putting my focus also, because this can become very aggressive energy. This is that energy of fighting a battle that you're never going to win. Okay, but five is about change. So let's see what kind of change it's asking for. We have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands to me is your intention. What I think about, I bring about. It's my intention of what I want to bring to me. What you want to remember, though, is you need to match that energy, right? Like, I want to bring in a king, but, you know what I mean. Just try to match what it is you want to bring back to you. And I feel like then you will. Anyways, what are we looking at? We're looking at the Eight of Wands. When I think about, I bring about. This is also very fast-moving energy. So I feel like wherever change has not taken place, it potentially is going to take place soon. We have the Chariot. Well, there you go. So you have 2 cards of movement very quickly in the spread. Chariot, I love the Chariot. The Chariot's like a reward. The reward is because you've done your shadow work. You've understood that it doesn't do me any good to hang on to the pain and the hurts and the betrayals and the lies of yesteryear. It just doesn't do me any good. It's a sense of like forgiveness. I don't know why I'm reading that in this card, but I feel that like a sense of forgiveness. And it doesn't mean that you pick up the phone, you call someone and say, oh, by the way, I forgive you. It's forgiving within your own heart. It's the refusal to carry that energy around because it, again, won't suit you. It doesn't help you. So anyways, that's what the Chariot is. It's a reward once I understand all this. And the reason why, first, I feel like I have to understand that is because the Chariot is controlled by your thoughts, your intentions. People say, how far can I take something? There's no limit. The only limit that is placed upon it is the limit we put on ourselves. Now, of course, the world can try to put a limit on something too, but listen, we can go around it. We can crawl over it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to accept it. So, beautiful energy of movement. And, by the way, this is the card of Cancer, too. 2 cards of movement very quickly. We have Justice. Card of Libra. I'm just holding these cards up a little longer because I just find they're beautiful. Justice. I think I already said card of Libra. Libra and Cancer side by side here. And it can also stand for like, when I say Libra and Cancer, you could have Libra somewhere in your chart. You could have Cancer somewhere in your chart, or someone else can. Justice is about making you whole again. So I'm not really worried like that justice is something like where I'm fighting the law or that type of thing. Maybe you had been. Maybe you divorced whatever or whoever this betrayal was from. Maybe I saw something that I couldn't deny, and therefore I made movement. When a 5 comes up, change is never easy. Well, it depends. I don't find change too hard, but I'm mutable. But so are you. So, it's making the changes that we know are no longer benefiting us in our life. So justice is about making you whole again. Not better than, not less than, but whole. Let's take one more and then we'll start filling it out. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. If it's a Virgo, you share Mercury together. Okay, I'm going to bring these down a little bit. I know they're a little hard to see. Especially with my black shawl I have laying here, but alright, let's go above this 5 of Wands. Let me pull myself in closer. We have the Knight of Cups. And we're going to go right underneath. We have the Emperor. All right. Let's look at this Emperor. Card of Aries. I don't know if I said that. We have 1, 2, 3 major arcanas and a 5 on the board. So, changes are coming up. 2021 was all about changes, but maybe some we didn't fulfill yet. So we have the Knight of Cups here. This is about a knight who is bringing you a cup of fulfillment. This cup that is coming your way is meant to fulfill you. I trust it, even though it's coming over this Five of Wands, where I feel there may have been past betrayal. I feel like some of you have already cut ties with that energy, and because of that, I feel like the Knight here is new energy. And it can certainly be in Aries. Listen, this doesn't even have to be love. This can be in work. You know, I could have been like, went to work one day and then boom, found out that I no longer have a job. Well, if that's the case, what it's showing you is different ways, different opportunities through the Emperor. The Emperor, I often read as like the business owner, the leader of the people, you know, whether I'm leading a church or I'm leading a community or I'm leading the world. You know what I mean? Like in at my channel, we have people from all over the world. So I love that. And that's what I mean by the Emperor. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean you're taking a world stage, but there's something within that energy that you can really create out of it. You know, if I lost a job or I've lost something, or maybe even I've cut ties with someone and it affected me in my pentacles, the Emperor definitely would say you definitely have the skills, and I already know you do. You have the skills to create from your own soul, start your own business, get into your creative avenues. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what this Knight is bringing next. Well, look at that, the Eight of Pentacles. Again, 8, new beginning. Interesting that it's coming over another 8, the 8 of Wands. Huh. Gemini, I feel like there's some new beginnings opening up for you, and I feel like they're very good. I feel like this year will not compare to last year. Of course, not for everyone, but I feel like this year is going to be so much better than it was last year. And I mean that in your pentacles, but I also mean that just in life. So let's talk about the Eight of Pentacles for a second, because this Knight is bringing you in this cup. He's heading right towards the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles talks about perhaps starting something new that interests you. It's usually inspired type energy. The Eight of Pentacles says, don't be afraid to enter as the apprentice, but have the knowledge, have the knowing that when you leave, or what, you know, as you move along, that you do become the master teacher. The Emperor would be a perfect example of that. You know, simply, there is something that happened in the past. Probably, maybe 2021, maybe it was the last 9 years, you know, a last cycle. But that has ended. And I feel like for some of you, that's what justice is about. Ties have been cut, and I think that's a great thing, that these ties have been cut. Because the minute I cut that tie, this Knight shows up with this Ace. Fulfillment, like true fulfillment, moving right into the Eight of Pentacles. So, again, you know, the Eight of Pentacles says, if you really want to build something for yourself, all you need to do is put your focus on it. Put your true focus on it, in it. And I often feel, in Gemini, you're great at this, where you're great at helping those who have walked your shoes, right? Who have been where you, or am I saying that right? You have been where they are now. So I feel like when, you know, we graduate from certain experiences, let's say, I feel Spirit uses our knowledge of what we just went through, how we overcame it, to help others. Okay, let's go right. I hope it's not, well, I mean, it's okay if it's another 8. we have the Three of Cups. Celebrations. I don't see anything around here where this could or would be infidelity. Now, could have been that doesn't mean that didn't happen in the past to you, but here, right now, I feel like this Three Cups is talking about a celebration. I feel like an opportunity is coming your way, and I feel like it's a big opportunity. 8 and 8, you can relate that back to Leo, which we can relate back to the full moon. So I feel like mid-February, be open as much as you can to new experiences. The Eight of Pentacles says you may think that you don't have enough knowledge in a certain sector to move forward, but that's not the case. This is about learning as you go. And the Eight of Pentacles, if I make the choice to put my focus there, it moves you to the Nine of Pentacles, which is success and self-employment. It doesn't have to be self-employment, but I feel like it moves you up the ladder. I feel like you've been knocked down a few rungs. Is that what you call them? Rungs. But I feel like you're climbing back up. All right, let's go right next to the Eight of Pentacles, and we're going above the Chariot, the Star. Wow. This is about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes coming into fruition, right? It's the intention. You often see, like, she's pouring 2 cups of water in this water. And I feel like what this means, or at least I'm feeling it right this moment, what it means is your part in helping to create your own miracles. It's like you and divine working hand in hand. Because, these opportunities or these seeds or miracles, they may come, but it doesn't mean that we necessarily take them. Maybe we weren't ready. But just follow this line. We start with the Knight of Cups. I'm bringing you in a cup of fulfillment. I'm a knight. I'm going to fulfill my duty, and my duty is to reach you with this cup. So they do. In what happens next is I feel like it gives you an opportunity again to start something new. Maybe you want your own, maybe you really want to become independent. Well, this is the beautiful energy to do it in, because then you have the Star, and look at this, a star is feeding the Chariot's energy. That's kind of beautiful. So something's coming in that is going to allow you to celebrate. That's going to allow you to put your focus on perhaps something new. It's part of your dreams anyway. The Chariot is the movement forward. It's like, here's my dream, and I want it to bring it to fruition. And that's good. But have I made the changes necessary? Have I closed the doors? It's funny. Right before I did your reading, I'm going to make my own tarot cards, and it just pops in my head like all the time how I want my cards to look. And I was thinking like the Death card, and some tarot decks, it makes it look pretty scary, but it shouldn't. So I was thinking like I'll have it where the door is just cracking open. Do I walk through it or do I not? And I'm saying that because I feel like that's the energy you may be in here. Like, am I going to take advantage of this opportunity? I think you are. We have, hello, Four of Wands. This is the marriage card. This is it doesn't have to be marriage, but it's a commitment. This is a beautiful energy. This is my favorite love card of the tarot, to be honest, because I know that everyone in this energy wants to be there. No one's kicking and screaming. I'm not begging them, right? We both want to be in this relationship. I don't feel like this has come in yet, to be honest. And again, we're in the year 2022. You guys are probably sick of me saying that, but it is the year of the lovers. Gemini, it's the year of the lovers. That is your card. So why shouldn't you have it? You know, and I feel like in your year in review, or maybe it was January's reading, I'm not sure. But it talked about that. I remember that all of a sudden. So, you know, and what comes before the Four of Wands is the Chariot, right? So in this energy of the Chariot, it is my mind that is controlling the reins of the chariot. More or less, it's me telling the horses of the carriage where to go. And, hello, mirroring the star. By the way, that is a card of Aquarius. I don't know if I said that. Okay, let's go above justice. Wow, judgment. That's beautiful. You know, it's like rebirth. Justice is your spiritual team, your ancestors, all those who have loved you for eternity will love you always. You know, they take a special place in the spiritual world for you, and that is to help guide you. This is a call to the present moment that says that your blessing does not lie in the past. It lies in the present, right? Your seeds, your inspiration, all that comes in the current moment. So you definitely want to pay attention to it. Look, and it looks like they're walking into a brand new world. I don't know why, but I'm getting like settlers, and I just find this brand new, beautiful world. I mean, that's what your spiritual team wants you to have. Another major arcana. All right, let's go under justice and look at this. Another major arcana, strength. Number 8 again. It feels like there's a lot of new beginnings. I don't want you to fear these new beginnings. When I say new beginnings, it doesn't have to mean like my whole life is changing. Maybe my new beginning is within my pentacles. Maybe this new beginning is within my love sector, right? Wherever it's in. And by the way, I feel like it's going to be in a few different things. But I don't want to make you nervous and think, oh my God, my whole life's going to change. Unless that is what you want. You can change your life. So the strength card talks about your inner strength, right? Your ability to tame that beast within yourself, right? And we have it. We have that beast in us. I mean, I know that. I know I have to control mine. Often feels like the light and the dark. We have both. We can't deny it. We shouldn't deny it, right? Because both have their place. But what we want to do, which is perfect coming under justice, is find the balance between it all. And that's exactly what she's doing here. Card of Leo. We have Leo and Libra, Cancer, Aquarius, Aries, the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Wow. Okay, let's go above the Queen. We have the Page of Cups coming right next to Justice. You know, I'm going to do a spirit reading today, a spirit guide reading today, because I feel like I need it, and I feel like we all need it. And I don't know what's making me say that, other than I feel like your guides are very strong in this reading. You know, if I'm looking back, because when I reflect back, really what I want to look at is what areas of myself need changing. And that doesn't put blame on you. What I mean by that is sometimes like we stay at the party too long, right? And then we get in trouble. who somebody used to say, nothing good happens after midnight. Well, I don't know if that's true because I used to have a lot of good times after midnight. But I feel like this is just saying, as you reflect back, this is about you growing, right? You learning to appreciate you. You're cutting ties to all the negativity of anyone who tried to tell you you couldn't. You weren't good enough. You weren't pretty enough. You weren't handsome enough. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? God made you unique, just the way God wanted you. So the Page of Cups is that energy of learning to love myself again. And as I learn to love myself again, what that does is it opens me up to new opportunities. I feel like that's why we have so many 8s so far. It's opening you up. It's like a brand new world. I'm thinking that Disney song. It's a brand new world. I don't know. All right, let's look at under the Queen. And we have the Hierophant, card of Taurus. Another major arcana. 5. Another 5. I feel like for those of you, I know a lot of you, like you asked me, like, why don't you do lessons online? I don't know. I'm not really sure how I could do lessons because, well, I shouldn't say that. Of course I could do lessons. But I read so much more intuitively than I do what the cards mean. Anyway, I don't know why I'm saying all that. So the Hierophant, this is about your higher self. The Hierophant, a 5. It wants you to stop. When you hit a 5, like, 5 to the 10, when you hit that 5, to me, it's an opportunity to stop, to look around, see what's working in my life, what is not working in my life. The Hierophant says, do you still have your true belief system in place, or have you been carrying someone else's? This is your true truth. Do you know what I mean by that? Like a soul truth. So the Hierophant wants you to be you. It's a belief system. It's your faith. I can't believe all the major arcanas we have. Okay. Let's go ahead and we're going to clarify some of these. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Ace of Swords. Well, this is your ace, I feel. To me, the Ace of Swords is about I'm finding my uniqueness in this mess of a world, right? I'm finding who I am. What's special about me? This is about your communication. The art of communication. This is truth. This is honesty. The Ace of Swords says, always be honest with yourself. It does you no good to, pretend something's this way when it's really not. You know what I mean? So it's just truth and honesty. All right, we're going to use the Gilded Tarot, and I'm not going to clarify. Well, we'll see. I was going to say I'm not going to clarify them all, but we'll see. First thing I do want to look at, though, is this 5 of Wands. Because, honestly, Gemini, it's the only, if we're going to call it difficult, it's the only difficult card you have. And that lies in the past. 5 of Wands can also, oh, hello, lovers, can also be ego. Can get intense. It does ask you, though, if I'm fighting a battle, is this battle worth the fight? Will I win it? And the 5 of Wands, the answer is no. But nobody does, because it's not the type of energy, you know what it does? If I stay in that type of aggressive energy, it's just going to keep bringing it back to me. Okay, so let's go ahead and look. I'm just going to pull, but I'm going to really shuffle these up. There's so many people here. In there are major arcanas. Now, I know they're not all people, but all right, I want to start at the Five of Wands. I have the Two of Pentacles. That makes me think that maybe some of you have not made this change yet, that maybe this is something that you're considering. The Two of Pentacles is called the juggler, right? I'm juggling. Can I juggle anymore? I don't feel it that way, though. I feel this is about more of using my logical mind to make a decision on my next step. You know, if I'm looking at the Five of Wands, again, just look at this card. You know, it does feel like betrayal. I don't know why I read it that way, but I do. In this deck. So, the Two of Pentacles, what do? Have I had enough? Is there better out there? And I feel like the answer is yes, yes, yes. We have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Page of Cups. So first of all, the Chariot is producing the Five of Cups. I'm sorry, the Page of Cups. So right there, it's saying, you know, once you've gone through your shadow work, once you, listen, when I say shadow work, truly, you know, life becomes easier when we can look back at some of our major challenges and understand that, you know, maybe they were soul lessons. Also, we can't control other people's free will, but we can certainly control our own, right? If I can't, because in the Five of Wands, there is no victor. So if there's nothing I can do in there except move out of it. And that's what the Ace of Wands is. It is the opportunity of movement. Wands is all about action, moving forward. It's inspiration. I love that it's also connected to the Eight of Pentacles, because I feel like this is something, we have two aces now. This is something that inspires you to move forward. You know, I just feel like saying, like, you know, if this is a person that I loved or whatever it is, you know, I just feel like saying, listen, I know there's more to life than this. I know that. I can feel it. I can see it. Sandy told me. Don't say that. But it's the knowing. I feel like the inspiration is coming from your guides, your spiritual team. You know, whatever that is for you. And then, you know, the Chariot saying, I give you this reward because you were willing and able, like you were willing to put your dreams back on the forefront. Okay, I just don't want this to get real messy, so let's look at the Knight of Cups. Why am I shuffling again? Maybe I was meant to. Give him another one. Okay, we'll take what came out. We have, well, the Knight of Pentacles and the Empress. So, this Knight of Cups, bringing you this beautiful couple fulfillment directly from your spiritual team. You know, it's your soul, it's your seed of intention, but your spiritual team is helping you to clear the way right? It's your spiritual team is saying it's in the present moment. The Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy. Like, how long do I have to wait for this change? Well, I feel like you don't have to wait long. This is really going to be up to you. This Knight, to me, is your guardian angel, bringing you in this cup. What it produces is the Empress. I love the Empress. And by the way, we have now the Empress and the Emperor, which I swear is in every reading for the month of February for some reason. So we have the Empress. Some of you may be having a child. I know my nephew is. They're having a child in the spring. So it could be the welcoming of a child, especially in the Knight of Cups. That's kind of beautiful. The Empress, though, is all about your own creativity. And really, when we look at it, the Knight is coming over. Oh, 2 Knights. I just realized that. 2 Knights. So the Knight of Pentacles, which is a guarantee, right? It's something that's coming into your physical world. It's something that's tangible, that you can touch, you can feel. Maybe you can kiss, whatever it is, right? So it's something tangible. It may have felt like a long time coming, but a lot of times it's because we took a long time in making decisions, choices. So here is the Empress. And I feel like what it's saying, listen, this can talk about love, but this is also talking about your finances, right? What you do, what you can create. She is the most creative of them all. And she uses her creativity. The Empress is loving and nurturing, caring and strong. She has learned the fine art of patience, just like the Knight has asked us to. The Knight of Pentacles asks us to have patience. Why? Because sometimes things aren't ready to come in. I often feel like if this Knight or if this Pentacle came in, but I'm still stuck in this aggressive type energy, would it suit me? Would it suit me? Chances are not. So once the change happens, boom, then the Pentacles, then the Knights, then the Aces start all coming in. I feel like if you have any doubt about creating something from your own hands, your own mind, and by the way, I feel like these are inspired. It's like your guides are inspiring you in some way. I hope you follow that, because this feels very strong. She's coming over the 8 of Pentacles. I feel like I can't connect with you with it that low. She's coming over the 8 of Pentacles. So your creativity probably is going to be on fire. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at the star. Here I am clarifying every card. Well, hello, Wheel. Your destiny. Interesting, because it's like it's 2 new people. It's like, how do I want to say it? It's just like the old me and the new me. Sometimes I'm on the bottom of the wheel, and sometimes I'm at the top. Now I want to take it to the top. You're getting the energy to do that. I feel like some of you are finding these areas of interest that you're just made for. Maybe you don't know it until you start to move into it, even though, the star is kind of telling me there's something in your soul that you want to bring into fruition. Some of you, I know it can be love, and it may be both, but for a lot of you, it's also within your Pentacles, your creativity. It's interesting how I said in the 8 of Pentacles, be willing to go in as the apprentice, knowing that if you put your focus on it, you will be the teacher, the master teacher, and that's what the Empress is. The Emperor and the Empress both rule the kingdom, right? The Empress rules it with her nurturing. She's the loving soul. The Emperor rules it with plans and very structured type elements. So I feel like the Empress is more flowing, where the Emperor is putting it to a plan. Both work. And listen, put them together, wow. So you're moving to something that is just part of your destiny. That's why your ancestors are here, because they need your attention. They want you in the present moment. Let's go. Let's keep going. Oh boy. Six of Cups. Now, this can be a couple different things I want to say. It can be someone from the past, but I also feel like this can also be someone that that you love, that you had great memories of, who now may be your spirit guide. One of your spirit guides, by the way. You have many. And I feel like your spirit guides, they all have their own expertise. You know what I mean? Like maybe grandma is the one who steps forward when it relates to my love life. And maybe my father, if he's crossed, is the one who steps forward when it's dealing with my pentacles. You know, whichever it may be. This is about happy memory. This is reminiscing. You know, can be about a time period that I'm reminiscing about, can be a person. They're on your will. They're on your will. And when I say they're on your will, I mean they're in your life cycle. All right, let's go right next to that. Wow. Hello, Two of Cups. Soulmate. Soulmate. So, I think since we have the Two of Cups, and it's coming over the page, by the way, the Page of Cups, it's interesting that we have that. So I think what I want to do is should I? Yeah, I'm going to take a card over the Four of Wands, and I just want to see how they're tying together. Look at this. We have the Three of Cups. I feel like some of you are meeting a soulmate this year. This can be someone of the past, yes. It can also be someone of a past life. But listen, I feel like who's the energy that's coming in, you know, I feel like your ancestors want it for you. That means it should bring you a true sense of joy. And that's what the Three of Cups is all about, joy. Celebrating. Someone's going to celebrate a marriage. Someone's going to be celebrating, many of you I feel like are going to be celebrating connections, meeting the person that just feels right. You know, sometimes we're in karmic relationships before that, and that gives us the opportunity to clear up any karma, but also to have a brand new outlook. And that's what you need in love. So, celebrations. Okay, I'm not going to keep it there yet because I don't want to bring it there yet. What do we want to look like at? You know, I think I want to stay. Let's go down here. Let's look at the Eight of Wands, because again, this is fast-moving energy. So let's see what it's talking about. We have Justice again. Interesting how we're getting double cards, and that's why I always use different two decks. I want to see the synchronicities between them. So again, this can be the energy of Libra, I'm sorry. This could also be the energy of the cutting of ties and it happening quickly. You know, I also feel for someone out there, it's like, you know, there has to be a tie cut, and in your head you may think it'll be impossible to move on, but I feel you're gonna find the opposite, and you can't really argue about it with me until it happens. Then you can argue, you know, and then you can tell me I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I just don't think I am. I just feel like as soon as I cut ties again to what does not belong to me, what energy I've had enough of, you know, all of that. It just allows you to live free. You're not supposed to be, you're not meant to be living in chains, right? You're not meant to be carrying chains with you into the next chapter. You need to get rid of those chains. All right, let's keep that there. For some of you, listen, you may be going into a law practice, which I get a lot of too. Something that has to do with helping others, bringing them fairness, bringing them justice. Let's go right next to that. We have the Four of Cups. Interesting. Four of Cups, I feel like this is something that I've dreamt about, but maybe I hadn't done a whole lot about it. But I definitely have dreamt about it. I definitely see it in my mind's eye. But Four of Cups, I'm not really, I don't know. It's like, you know, I just don't, you know, maybe I'm leery of it. But the Four of Cups says use your spiritual discernment. This is about where once there was non-movement, now because it's coming over the Chariot, I feel like now there is movement. You know, when you look at this card, you can also see that someone is bringing in this cup. You see it? Someone is bringing this cup in to this person. What are they going to do with it? Are they going to take it? Is it going to make them move, get up, change? We have the King of Pentacles next. Okay, well, first of all, even though you're Gemini, I don't want you to look at each sign as like when I say, oh, we have the King of Pentacles, that it has to be an earth sign that's coming in. Now, it's coming over justice. For some of you, I don't know if this is someone that you're cutting out. I don't feel like it. I feel like it's quite the opposite. I feel like this is someone new. And I find it interesting, it's also sitting next to the Queen of Pentacles, like-minded energy. And they're sharing the Two of Cups. So, I feel like that's more what it means for you. It's like-minded energy. Well, let's go right over the Queen. Look at this. We have the Emperor. We also have the Emperor down here. Maybe you are letting go of the King. Some of you, this could be someone that you work for, work with, certainly. Let's go right in between these two. We have the Page of Pentacles. You know, it's interesting because all of a sudden I feel like there may be someone that you had known back when you went to school, whether that be high school, whether that be college. You might be surprised that someone's coming back in. Again, does it have to be love? Well, let's look right at that Two of Cups. Oh my God. Does it have to be love? Well, hello, Ace of Cups. It's love. My cup runneth over. I always find it interesting how when a reading begins, usually the difficulty comes out first. The things that need change come out first. And then as we make those changes, we start to see how the world is really on our side, right? Sometimes we feel like the universe is against us, but that's just not the case. It's, you know, we need to do our part also. Now, I don't know other than, you know, allowing your heart chakra to stay open and that type of thing. I don't know really if you have to do anything other than that because this is all being guided. by your spiritual team. And it's interesting because, can I say that I feel like it's love, but I also feel like it's talking about your work. And what I mean by that is, for some of you, I feel like it's definitely talking about a love, a soulmate love, that perhaps you've known before. Again, you would have fond memories of. This is not someone who has put you through hell. I shouldn't say that because many of you know I'm with my first love. And of course, we broke up way, way back then, when I was 15, 16. Well, we broke up when I was 17, I think. But we were immature. I mean, that's just the way life is, right? We are immature. And I thought about it like, what if we would have stayed together and made our life together? Would it have worked? Maybe. But I really feel that what it's about, because soulmates or twin flames, however you want to look at it, each have their own individual seeds that they're here to accomplish. Part of that is love, but sometimes when things come in too quickly, it can alter what we were meant to do over here. I don't want to put a negative tone on it because there is nothing negative here. But I just want you to understand it. Okay, that's pretty awesome. What else do I want to look at? I'm going to stay here for a minute. We have the Tower. Interesting, because I'm wondering if this Emperor is representing to some of you, like a cutting, like, like they handed you a tower, like, like I got fired, I lost my job, the job closed down, what have you, right? And changes, like it was beyond my control type of thing. It is beyond your control there, and you don't try to control what you can't control. Control what you can. That makes sense. So it's like rising up from the ashes after the fact. The tower stings, the tower hurts, but it can feel destructive, especially when it has, in any areas. I was going to say when it has to do with pentacles, but really in any areas. But I don't feel like, I feel like it's just saying that is what you have learned about. You've been learning about the towers in your life, and because you've been learning about them and overcoming them, I already know that you're able to overcome them. It feels like now's the right time. Okay, let's see what the Hierophant wants. Eight of Wands. Gemini. This energy is moving very, very quickly. And I feel like it's meant to. The Hierophant is saying, dear, dear Gemini, keep your intentions bright. Keep your intentions high. Remember your dreams, your wishes, and remember that you have every right to chase them. Sometimes we get stuck in a relationship where they're chasing their dream and we're busy doing the housework. You know what I mean? I don't know. That was a strange analogy. But I feel like this is now the Hierophant saying it's time for you to put you first, your belief system back in place, and do it quickly. Do it quickly. But the Hierophant, again, is about your belief system. So what are you sending out into the universe? That's what's going to return. Okay. Now let's go back over the Four of Wands. Wow. Now we have the King of Cups. Interesting. King of Cups can be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, of course. Coming right below the Chariot, which is Cancer. But the King of Cups in the upright is about someone who wants to be in a relationship, you know, feels the importance of having that special someone. In the Four of Wands, I already know there's no one kicking and screaming here. This is because this is what we want, right? If it's a commitment or a marriage, it's because both people want that. So that would be the perfect king to show up. And it's interesting because the Four of Wands, or the Four of Cups above him, I feel like this may have been someone, it may have taken a long time. And it can be on both sides before someone was ready, right? Before they were ready. There's nothing wrong with that because we don't want someone if they're not ready, right? We want them to want to be ready. If they're not ready, then we're not ready to accept you at this point. All right, and I'm going to go back to the Emperor again. We have the Queen of Swords. You know, Gemini, well, first of all, it's going to be you, another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have a lot of Libra energy on the table also. What was I going to say? This queen is learning the art. No, she has learned the art of communication. Your voice, how important your voice is. You know that Ace is on the bottom of the deck, so that's the underlying energy. This is finding your uniqueness and being proud of it, right? The Queen of Swords gives no excuses for who I am, right? Because she speaks the truth and only accepts the truth. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, we're going to take this Two of Cups. We're going to take this Four of Wands. We're going to pick these up. We'll figure that out later. See if there's anything else I want to keep. Let's keep that Knight. Let's keep the Star. And I want to go a little deeper right there. All right, I want to put them the way they came out. Let's do it this way. And I want to know a little bit more because I feel like this is speaking of your love life. I feel like, listen, I already know just from doing your year in review that I feel like this is a year where you have the potential of really making a great living, especially if it's through your own creative mind, you know, your own creative abilities. I feel like this is your year for that. This is your year, period. So you really want to take advantage of it. Now, so we know that. Now, as love goes, this looks pretty damn good too. So, I don't think I want to use that. Let's grab the Cosmic Tarot. Give it a couple shuffles, and let's look at this. So again, we have the Knight of Cups. This Knight is about bringing you some cup. Here is that cup, by the way. It showed up, right? It was the first one. It showed up. The Star, the energy that you're pouring into the universe. Here it is, right? The Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. And then the Four of Wands. That commitment, that marriage. Emperor just popped out again. I'm not ready to take him, but I do want to show it. And one more shuffle. That way, the Ace of Swords on the bottom. This could be two people who do something in the field of communication. Again, that's just using your voice. And it can be in many different ways, right? I can be a songwriter. I could be a book writer. I could be an author. I could be a therapist. Many different things. Okay. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Prince of Swords. And it's interesting because let's not forget, in the last reading, you did have the Six of Cups. So this page could be someone of an earlier time. It could be you also. But I feel like it's, potentially someone of an earlier time. It's interesting because when I think of the page, I think of, I'm still learning, right? I'm still learning. Page is really about news. I mean, that's what they're for, right? News is coming in, what's in the atmosphere type of thing. But this is also, I feel like, gives you an age, like, to go by. Like, this is someone who, I feel like if it's a person, I don't know. I mean, I'm just guessing, but I would say 25 and younger type of energy, because I feel like it's before I really became mature, right? Before I, maybe I put myself before others. And I don't think it's you. I think it's the other person. So anyways, and then let's go right below. Ten of Swords. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Eight of Swords. What the hell's all these negative cards coming from? And the Princess of Pentacles. Princess, and Prince. Okay. We don't have to fear this, because let's look at this. So you have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords talks about swords. I hate this card. I really don't like this image, but normally these swords are piercing your back, right? These are just keep coming at me. But there's a sense of taking it. And I think that's what they're trying to say in this image. Like, if someone, let's say I was with someone whose communication was horrible, then I became did I become part of it? So the 10 is about the closing, the ending of that, the no longer accepting it. Oh, I turned myself from the speaker, sorry. No longer accepting it. But look what happens if I don't close that door. It becomes a wall. The Eight of Swords is about a self-created prison. This is where I don't let anything in. And, I don't want the world to touch me, and I don't want to touch the world. And it's understandable because, listen, the swords just kept coming, right? This is no way what you're meant to stay in. I know that. And if we look right above that, we have the Six of Swords. This is the realization of what has been toxic in my life. And then making a conscious effort to let it go, to leave it. If I can't control it, the one thing I can control is me and my choices. And do I stay? That type of thing. So I feel like this is saying, even though these look very difficult down here, I feel like this is the breaking down of walls. This is bringing down that armor. This is you saying, holy shit, I put this wall around me due to someone else's words, who really maybe don't hold the value that I thought they did. This can go the whole way back, this type of energy to when you were a child. And it's the things that we take on when, let me give you an example. I was doing a Virgo reading, and, Sam, who I live with, is also a Virgo. I'm a Virgo sun. He's a Virgo sun and moon. I have never in my life dated another Virgo except for him. When we moved in together, was not when we moved in together, but before that, like, I could see myself in him. And I remember saying to my daughter, like, I could see through him, right, the mirror, the areas of where I needed to work myself. Now, I don't feel like now, but back then. So I just said simply, I apologize if I came across as someone who, it's funny because I feel like when Virgo gets worried about someone they love, it's almost like we want to fix it, right? And it can be too much for some. So I apologize to my daughter for it if I was that way at all. And I feel like that's what the Six of Swords is saying. Like, it's just the realizations of, you know, what is not, what's the word I want to use? It's just the realizations of what's hurting my chances of living my dreams. And it's the past. It's the past. And I think I said that story because I feel like sometimes we take on things like, like I remember a comment my mother said to me just once, sitting across the table, the kitchen table, and that comment stayed with me really for the rest of my life. It affected me that much, and I know now that she didn't mean it that way, but it's the way I took it on, right? And these are the elements within the Six of Swords. It's saying, just look at the things. Forgive where you can forgive. Understand everyone's human. No one is perfect. I'm not saying that if it was horrible, like, you know what I mean. This is just the realization so that I can see life, I can live in the truth. Okay. I want to stay right here for a second. And it's interesting too that this was come out over the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. I don't think this Two of Cups has anything to do with this Ten of Cups, to be honest. Because I feel like if this was a relationship that wanted to come back in, it wouldn't come in this way. It wouldn't serve you. This is all about something that's going to serve you, that's going to bring you that sense of joy. This is the opposite. So I feel like this may say this is where a potential block could be that could hold you. I don't want to say back, but could, I may not see the beauty in this if I'm stuck in this. All right, I want to go look at that. Another prince. There's that Four of Cups back again. It's funny, we have the Prince of Swords, now we have the Prince of Cups. The Prince of Cups is really like the Knight. And then the Princess of Pentacles here. Let's go right in between these two. We have the Nine of Wands. Don't give up on me, baby. And then the Star. Okay. So I feel like some of these princes are just people of an earlier time. All younger energy, right? Earth, cups, swords, or air. It doesn't have to be, though. This is, again, about love and fulfillment coming in. Nine of Wands is saying, sometimes we feel like our past has made us weaker. But truth be told, our path, our challenges, the things that we have overcome really have made us stronger, or they can. I often feel the Nine of Wands is a time period where, it seems like a lot of responsibilities. Don't forget it's a 9. I feel like cycles run in 9s. But this is about how you have grown, or you have the ability to grow from. This is about your spiritual muscles. That's what I feel like. All right, I'm going to get rid of this. It's like I don't even want to see it again. And now that we know that, let's go underneath again. We have Judgment. Hello. We have the World. And we have the Two of Pentacles. Interesting, because we had the Two of Pentacles back in the first reading, right? Making a decision if I was going to cut something or someone out that, or a situation that, you know, just kept me in, I don't know, like angry, or, you know what I mean? Like, anyways, I feel like it's the cutting out of that. So let's look at this now. And it's interesting because first came that Ten of Swords with the Eight of Swords, right? The Six of Swords is saying you were able to clear that up, or you have the ability to clear that up. Now, we look down here and we have Judgment. Ancestors. I can't wait to do a spiritual reading because I feel, I mean, this is spiritual, but, you know, our spirit guides, because I have a feeling you're going to see yourself in that too. So Judgment back here, you can trust this. Present energy, present day energy. That's where this Two of Cups exist. Remember that, present day energy. And then the World. The World is the next chapter. It's the next chapter. It's including that Ace. Actually, if you go straight up, it's also including the Four of Wands. So potential, we can say potential marriage, but definitely commitment type energy. I just feel like you're finding the love of your life. And, you know, will it happen in February? Maybe. And I feel like the closer we are to the Leo full moon, the more you may find this. You may just hear communication. It could be something that comes in just as a spark, and it takes a moment or two to grow. But I know it will. I know it will. You know, when it's a soulmate, we both know the plan. Even if, like, in this life we have amnesia, it's still our soul kind of knows the plan. So, I kind of like seeing this here because I feel like this is saying, as this enters into your life, you always get to make the decision. It's always going to be up to you. Is it what you want? Is it not what you want? But now that we cleared all that heavy energy and we're left with this light, spiritual type energy, I feel like anything that comes in that's good for me, I'm going to see it. I feel like, you know, this is me saying simply, will it expand my world? And the answer to me is yes. I often feel too, when we see the world energy, we know it's the next chapter. But I often feel this is the most spiritual chapter. This is the energy that's closest to God or closest to heaven, whatever you want to say. And I don't mean that as in after this chapter, boom, I'm gone. You know, like I'm off this earth. I just mean this is this period where we're walking hand in hand with our spirituality and our humanness. Okay, I feel like I've gone too long, but I kind of feel like we needed to at the same breath. Oh, I do want to look at that Four of Wands. Look at that, the Ace of Wands. Oh, it was Four of Pentacles, sorry. We have the Ace of Wands. Huh. This could be something that almost like I'm at home and maybe I receive a phone call. That's how it happened to me, right? I told you the story before. I was actually talking to the guy that I was with that I just left, and I was having this lonely moment, and then I got you know, a ring buzzed in, and I answered it, and it just so happened to be Sam, who I hadn't talked to in 40 years. Surprise, surprise. You know, and that's why when I tell you, like, things can happen in a moment, I know they can because, look at your own life and you know that's the truth. Um, that's why your intention, what you want to put out there, is really everything. Even if you've had a tough life. Many of us have had tough lives. I know I've had a tough life. I've had much to be grateful for, too. Um, and somewhere along the way, we have to make a conscious effort. Am I going to carry the pain and the sadness and the anger and the regret and all that with me my whole life? No. You're not meant to, right? Um, you're just not meant to. I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to overread, but let's look what we got at the bottom. We have the King of Wands. So I feel like we had all the kings show up. Male or female, doesn't really matter. Two of Wands under that. King of Wands under that. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. As always, I can't wait to read your comments. Your comments I just love them. They help fill in those little blanks that maybe I can't see that that type of thing. But yeah, let me know how it relates to you. And I feel like your comments, that help others. I feel like there's a lot of people who watch a reading who don't comment, who may be in a tough place. And I wish they would comment because I love it when then you come on, like those of us who have overcome some pretty big challenges can come in and help soothe them, can comfort them, can show them that, we too at one time thought things were never going to change, or this sucks, this is my life. And then things change, right? Or we change. So thank you for that. Thank you for the likes. I guess you can't give thumbs down anymore. I don't know. I still have it. But, oh, I get it. So maybe only I see it. The rest of you don't. But I haven't gotten any thumbs down at all. So I don't know. I don't know about that. I can, constructive criticism, I'm all open to that. But if it's something that's mean and that, take it elsewhere, right? Let's not forget, these are free. It takes a lot of effort, at least I feel, to do a reading because, I pour everything I have into it. Literally, I feel like after each reading, I feel like I've worked half a day of work. You know what I mean? So I take a moment, clear my thoughts, clear my energy, and then do it again. But nonetheless, Gemini, this is quite beautiful. You have the Two of Cups right next to the Ace of Cups. You're feeding this energy through your dreams, your wishes, what your intentions are putting out there. You have the potential of some of you, who knows, maybe I'll be receiving some wedding invitations or announcements that you're getting married. I know I will. I know some of you, I already know that. Like, I already trust that. So here is the next chapter. Are you ready? I feel like you are. And I feel like if you're not, I feel like you're pretty close. And really all it is just be true. Just be true with yourself. Always tell yourself the truth. That's what the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Swords is about, right? It's living within the truth. Not putting blindfolds on. The more that we overcome these challenges, if a challenge arises, the more that we can see it and sometimes even avoid it, right? Because our energy, in the Eight of Swords, it's like we've closed down our energetic field. So we can't really tell what's negative or good coming towards us. But once we clear that, we have a natural energetic force around us. And if anything negative wants to come through it, Like the alarms will be set off, the red flags will be raised. Then it's your free will. It becomes your free will to make the decision of, do I want to enter or bring, is this how I want the next part of my life to look? Quite beautiful. I think this is the year where financially you're going to see many increases. I feel like many of you are going to have your own businesses. Many are using your hands, your talents, and it feels like it's meant to be. But also, many of you are falling in love. I know, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. I love you guys. I ended the reading 10 minutes ago and I'm still talking. I love you guys so much. I relate to you so much. And I want you to have all that it is that you hope and dream for. Understand, so do your spiritual team. Your spiritual team is saying, we're going to show you the way. We're going to give you the breadcrumbs. Keep your mind and your heart open. We're here to help protect you too. If something comes towards you that could harm you, we will try to inform you. All of a sudden, it's so funny, I just remembered a show I watched. Might have been Ancient Aliens. That may not be the name, I don't know, but it was a girl who was at a train station, and it was showing how like time stopped because she was like, something was going to happen where she would have fell into the train tracks, which would have killed her because a train was coming. But there was like this energetic force that pushed her away from it. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying that, other than I feel like that's what your angels do. That's what your spiritual team does. Trust in them. Talk to them. Ask them for clearance if you don't know. And I will do a spirit guides reading right after this. So I definitely think you should watch, because I feel like it'll be, somehow you'll be connected to it. All right. I want to thank you guys. I love you. Have a beautiful February. Have a beautiful year. Be proud and be active. Remember, the Ace of Wands is action. It's desire. It's ambition. It's passion. But it's action, right? It's action. I love you. I will see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.